Hey, Jacob.
Hey, Don.
Should we bring everyone with us on our next wedding?
How?
What?
Ooh. So we had a wedding a couple of weeks ago.
No, this week.
Was it? Dude, I've lost all track of time or space. It was this week. I literally.
Because we're going to talk about it later.
Shut up. And we brought our friend Dawn, our friend Meg, who is going to. Okay. Should we just start over?
Just keep going.
Chortle, an uncontained Dawn chortle.
Oh, I'm literally
So we
crying.
brought our friend Meg, who did some BTS videos
Yes.
of us on the wedding to show what it was like what we go through on a real wedding.
Right.
And I also wore a 360 camera on my shoulder just in case to catch some also backups.
Yeah. So we thought we would walk you through things now. This was slightly unconventional, but no, it's summer. So we didn't have a lot of weddings to choose from that weren't freelance for other companies. So this couple has been married for like a year already. The husband's in the military, so they'd gotten married like before his deployment, I think, so that she could go to where he's stationed and all of that. But this was like their wedding for the family. Yeah. And she is Vietnamese, so they actually did a tea ceremony earlier in the day that I just did by myself. Yeah. So what you're seeing is everything else. So we didn't do an actual ceremony. Like a lot of times couples will do a tea ceremony and then during the like party, they'll still do like an American style ceremony. But since they have already been married, this is just all about photos and then the party. So you won't get to see us work a ceremony, but you'll get to see us through family photos, getting ready, details, and then the whole reception. Yep. So we're just gonna kind of walk you through the day, the whole day. I can't believe this portion was only 5 hours.
I know. And again, you'll see, but it was outdoors.
Yes.
In August, July.
Yeah.
I don't even know what day it is anymore. So it's hot. Mm-hmm. So you'll see a lot of us fighting that and staying afloat and dealing with a family that is scattered throughout the whole thing. Because remember, since there isn't the normal kind of routine of a wedding, family was everywhere.
Right. And
that's not their fault. That's no one's fault. It's just...
Right. Well, when we arrived, the groom was delivering flowers.
In his civilian clothes.
Yes. And still had to go back to Winter Park to, I think, make another run of things, plus shower, change, get ready. Yeah. So it was a little chaotic. We started late. We were supposed to start, like, as soon as our start time, we were supposed to be starting family photos. But you'll see we had time to do some other things.
And this was, for those wondering, this was at Dubs Dread Golf Course in College Park. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which is Orlando, Florida. Sorry.
3281.
Yeah. Or it's Orlando, Florida, Orange County, zip code.
Yeah, so it is an active golf course, which you'll get to see a bit of later. So
I'll start.
Okay.
So the first clip we're watching here is basically we had a strategy session. Mm-hmm. We already knew going into it, we had talked, but we're there now. Obviously, everything's changed. Mm-hmm. You can see us. What are we doing? And we decided that since the groom's not here, we're not starting family. Bride shows up. She's not ready. Mm-hmm. And the room was pretty actually close.
Right.
Dawn was going to go with the bride. Mm-hmm. I was going to go do details because we also knew that room I'd never get the room that empty.
Right. So we should provide the extra context that there were going to be 180 guests at this wedding. And actually, I wish we would have captured this, but they added another table day of. Mm-hmm. Like, not even day of. It was like as we were moving into the reception hall, they were trying to fit another table.
I've never seen that room that full.
Me neither.
Packed.
Me neither. If all of you that have ever shot at Dubs Dread, just visualize 180 guests and a dance floor. Like, there was still a dance floor. I wasn't supposed to do getting ready at all, but the bride had arrived and she hadn't done her makeup yet and she wasn't dressed. And so I was like, hey, do you want getting ready? Now, Dubs Dread is normally if you have a wedding at Dubstred, you're not doing any getting ready at Dubstred because the getting ready space for the women is just like the foyer of the women's bathroom.
Yes.
It is not at all.
And it's a real bathroom. Someone could be taking a toozy in there.
The only bathroom.
Yeah.
Like the only bathroom on that side of the building. So I was, just getting my light set up for, like the way the bride was using the mirror. Again, this was like her legit getting her makeup done. It's not like I could really take a lot of time to craft something because we needed her. Yep. Needed her to finish.
And you can
quickly.
see it's very yellow light.
Yes.
So you're trying to bounce. You're trying to fill. Trying to balance.
Well, and plus there was the mirror that she was looking into and a mirror behind her. Yeah. So me and Meg were trying to not be in the mirror. So we, I set my light up to bounce.
Itchy. 2 weeks in a row. My nose is itchy. What's going on? I've been doing a lot of cocaine. I'm sorry.
To bounce off the one wall to light her face well. And then that way I could kind of like let everything else fade into the background a bit because nothing else was cute.
This you'll see a lot that you don't see what photographers do.
Right. So she had brought her dresses in. Well, she had like pantsuits and she was going to be changing, but they were still all wrapped in the plastic and on the hangers and everything. And so I was trying to get like a decent dress photo, but that's normally what happens. The dresses are still in the garment bags.
We take out the dresses 9 times out of 10.
We're taking them out. We're hunting for like a decent hanger to put them on. Switching them to a good hanger, finding a good spot.
And I always say too, like I'm always saying, like, is everyone here authorized to see the dress?
Yeah.
Because I'm the one taking out. I don't want to take it out, and Dad wasn't supposed to see it yet, right?
Yeah.
Or whoever.
Right.
So, but you didn't know that the photographer is actually the one taking out the dress for the first time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then
I'm doing cake stuff, as you can tell, as you can see. So the cake comes out. First thing I did though is ask the coordinator there though, I was like, is there a topper? And there was, and he went and got it because you could do all the cake photos and then you come back, you're like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
It's all, or my favorite too, in this case it wasn't too bad, but they'll like, you're like, this is where it's at? Yep. And then you come back and they moved it and lit it and did all kinds of stuff. You're like, come on.
Yeah.
Again, normally this is probably a little early for cake photos, but we knew reception was going to be packed. Details were going to be tight. So just get it done now. It was ready.
Right. And it was just non-traditional because people weren't out of the way at the ceremony at any point. There was no containing people to the cocktail hour.
And they weren't going outside.
Details. No, everyone was in the main room already. Yeah. So, and then you
I just kept going with details. You can see I'm doing stuff with like the napkins. They had cute, also they had the cute little giveaway bags. So I'm trying to make it cute. I'm like, okay, it looks good here, but then I liked it on this. So I'm just playing with it. You'll see chairs, the centerpieces. I'm just getting everything just in case. You don't know what they're going to want or not. Usually it's what you don't get.
Right.
So I wide, tight, back and forth, shooting it all.
And this family did a lot of the work
themselves. They did everything themselves, which was pretty impressive. I also lit a couple of candles myself. I usually don't do that, but in this case it was a kind of a special thing and I need to get the shot now. And I knew later on I wouldn't have a chance. So I lit the candles, I take a photo and then I blow them out. Yeah,
I know. A lot of times when we're hopping around in that time before the ceremony, like if I have any downtime and the reception is ready, I'm going to go take those shots so that I don't need to cut newlyweds short to do that. But then at the same time, a lot of coordinators are like, oh, don't you want us to light all the candles? And I'm just thinking like, I have minutes spare right now. I don't have time for you to light all of the candles. And like, they don't make a ton of difference.
If it's just 2 or 3 little ones on the table. Now, if it's a votive of them, of course.
Yeah. So but where the one you were shooting was kind of like the focal point.
And it was the head table. So I focused on that. While the other one I shot, the candles weren't lit, but you would never see them in my photos. It was still daytime too.
Yeah.
Then I needed to do a room shot. And this is where you'll see me trying to get, like I coordinated with the DJ. Hey, when it's time, can you step out? He said, okay. Then the last few family members that were putting flowers out very nicely. When you're done, will you step out? Because you guys are doing great. They were great. And then, but people just keep coming in and you see me closing doors, monitoring doors, trying to keep it sealed so I can just get one room shot. And it takes a long time. You see, it looks like it basically pacing back and
like
forth.
a caged animal.
Kind of. Just telling people, no, come on, just give me one. And then everyone clears out, I get the shot, and then my trick is then I just leave the doors closed. I never tell. I told the DJ so he could go back, because that's vendors helping vendors. But then I don't tell anyone else I'm done, because they don't need to be in there anyway. Guests don't need to be in there just yet.
Right.
And the fact that I got them out, I'm never going to be like, oh, doors are back open. I literally went out the side door and went back to you.
Yeah.
Because I don't. That's just my little trick, is I never tell people I'm done. So the room has a moment to vibe and breathe, right? The room deserves it too.
So while Jacob was doing all of that, the bride finished doing her makeup and then was getting into her dress. So again, I'm not in the prettiest room. It's not like I have window light. I'm in like an interior room in an interior
toilet
with toilets and 2 mirrors on 2 walls. So,
but this is, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to say that like every day. But that's a lot of times what we're dealing with. This is not like a new, like, oh, this is getting ready room. Sometimes they're like this.
Right.
A church getting ready room is almost similar.
Yeah.
May not be a bathroom, but it's still just a tiny room.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I have to sneeze.
Do it.
And yawn at the same time. Oh, no.
And she farted.
So we got the bride into her dress. One of her bridesmaids was helping her because we couldn't find mom. Which, because the family did so much setting up, mom was
setting
MIA
up
for a little bit of it, yeah. But we got cute pictures of them together, like getting her ready. And this was another like little trick that I thought we would show. So I did pictures of her putting her shoes on, and she was buckling her shoes on her own. But a lot of times the side of the foot that the buckle is on makes them stretch in a weird way. And then it's away from the camera. It never looks right. Yeah. So I kind of went back after the shoe was on and like had her pretend to like slide the strap around a little bit, but where
very dainty.
Yeah, where it looked a little nicer for my close-up. Because I normally like to get like a tight shot of her hands, especially if she has her engagement ring on as she's fixing her shoes.
I think we just need to have a react channel now, because I just want to watch videos and have us react to them. Yeah. Coming soon.
And someone just follow us around all the time. So once we got her dress on, we were now like probably an hour behind schedule. Yeah. We still didn't have the groom because he was making deliveries with flowers But
the reception was done.
Yeah, but room shots were
We had
done.
one check mark, so hey.
Yeah. So I was explaining to the bride, like, I'm going to take you out of this room and I need you to walk with purpose to where you want your photos.
Because we're walking through the crowd of family.
Such a huge crowd of people, because we were supposed to have 90 minutes for photos before guests arrived.
Yeah.
But there was still, again, with 180 guests, a good percentage of those were involved in the pre-ceremony photos. So people were there early for that anyway. But now we're starting to press up against when guests, if you're told to come at 6 for a wedding, a lot of people come at 5:30.
Yep.
So now we're like going out square in the middle of a packed venue. And I was like, just walk with purpose.
They're all going to want to say hi.
Yes.
They're all going to want to hug.
Yes.
And like, that's where we not be the bad guys, but a lot of times I'll be like, guys, I just need her to go through. We got to get these photos. Please don't look at her. She does not exist.
I know. So I was in front of her. Meg was behind her. We walked with purpose through the crowd, and then I passed her off to you so you could get her set up outside. I needed to grab my light, check on her bouquet.
And you'll see a routine of this too, where we're like, Dawn and I don't even discuss this. It was not discussed. I just saw her coming.
I don't even think I told you where to go.
No, but I knew.
There's only one spot to go in Dubstrid.
But even if there wasn't, I still would have taken care of you.
Yeah.
So just a quick pass off to me. We walk her right down to the spot. And then by that point, you're already there setting up your light. So I go into fixing dress. I always make sure, is this where you wanted? Yep. So then I start working on the dress. You're working on the light. And then well-oiled machine. Yep.
Straight into taking photos of the bride by herself, because we couldn't find any of the right family members. So we were like, well, now we'll get time. We'll, get to do our bridal portraits. So we've talked about this when we talked about like the partnership between a lead and a second shooter. But we had so many great examples of it on this wedding, with like you entertaining the bride, talking to her, keeping her entertained while I'm trying to coordinate who I need for the next photo.
Yep. And we still don't have the groom yet. So some of these
Right.
photos, too, we also have to recreate with the groom. Like, you
Right.
can get mom together and then dad with her, but then, like, we still need the groom for stuff.
Yeah. So then we kept going with the bride by herself
Yeah,
in
so
between
We'd lose some family. We're waiting for new family. So what are you going to do? Photograph the bride.
Right.
Can never have no bride photos.
Sure. And then, but you and I shooting the bride differently.
Yeah.
From different angles, different lenses.
I instantly see what Dawn has. I change the lens. I change my light. I get into the bush. Right? I started that with just trying to shoot like her flowers from a good angle. And then I was like, well, I'll just get more bush stuff.
And you're in the bushes, which makes it better.
Wait.
Don't laugh. No laugh.
Yeah.
I love it.
But that's what we do. Like, if that's where you can get a different view, then that's where you go.
But then we have family show up. And you can see where like you're giving instructions, trying to group them. So I immediately go to the dress. And at first, like, I kind of thought, like, I wasn't sure how many people were in this one because I don't think you knew.
Yeah. No.
So you can see, like, I'm pulling it forward because I'm going to have Dad put his feet under there and then put it over his feet. But then I realized it's a big group. So you instinctively just move them forward. And without even saying anything, I just went, dress in the back.
Right. Right.
I wasn't sure if it was a 4-person or a 15-person, but I was ready.
The other thing that you were so great about was keeping the bride hydrated.
It was hot, man. I
Because-
can't describe how hot it was.
Yeah, I mean, this was like 5:30, which is still like peak sun at this time of year. So,
And we're in the shade,
we were in the shade, but it
but
was
still.
it was in the 90s.
But still.
And the bride was the only person that had to be outside for that long.
Entire time.
Like no one else had to because everyone just kept running in and out, or they just stayed inside till we pulled them.
Yep.
The groom was at home in the car and
still
the air
showering.
conditioning. So bringing water for her, giving her a break, holding her flowers.
I do that a lot as a second. I will hold the flowers because they're heavy. They hurt after a while. And the bride will never complain. And I'm not doing it to like, and I don't always give water. Water is like,
Yeah.
but this time it was needed. It endears that we care. Like it shows like we do care. We
Right.
want these photos to be great. And to be great, you need to be hydrated. You need to not be passing out. Like I'm here for you.
Right. Yeah. It just continues building the relationship.
There's nothing I need to shoot at that moment that Dawn's not already shooting or getting ready to shoot. So what can I do to help? And in this situation, it was water and hold her very heavy flowers. Very
It was
heavy.
a big
Gorgeous, but super heavy.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially because they were all real.
Yeah.
So yeah, super heavy. But
Where are we?
we're still on a golf course.
Uh-huh.
We are on an active golf course. So that meant drink cart coming through sometimes.
And that means we have to stop everything.
And at Dubstred, there's like the best spot lighting wise. Well, the two best spots lighting wise are on the golf cart path.
Correct.
So
Yep.
there's no.
And not just, it's the 18th hole. So it's the final hole. So there's nowhere to even like, they could maybe like, oh, just cut through that way. There's nowhere
or
else
like
to
the
go.
last foursome of the day is already on the course, so this area is clear.
Yeah.
Like because the rest of the golf course is just wide open.
Yeah.
And like, how far are you going to walk them from? Because you're still on a golf course, and we're right on a busy street. Like it's not even like there's green space in front of the building. Like, and then if you go on the other side of the tree from where we were, you're in the sun and you've got a lot of specular light. So it's really the best / only
spot.
place to be.
Especially for big family photos.
Yeah.
Newlyweds, you can put them anywhere and kind of fill, which you'll see later on in videos. But for this, especially, we needed a plain backdrop that could hold a lot of people and wasn't half in sun.
Yes. We finally got word that the groom was on the premises.
So I went on a mission, like I was in the military, to go hunt this groom down. I felt like the Predator, where I was like searching, or Terminator, like I'm just scanning back and forth. So I walked, and here's the thing: as you see me, I walked the other way outside because the other room with all the people, 180 people, had become so packed that I was like, I'm gonna walk this way. I don't want to walk through that giant group of people.
And we were hoping to intercept him before he even got inside so that he wouldn't get sucked into that crowd.
And we succeeded almost.
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 Almost. But then you had to get his boutonniere.
Yeah. Well,
Tell us about that.
that's not yet.
Tell the people. No?
That was the groomsman. That was the other groomsman one. The first groomsman.
Oh, yes.
We will see here. They brought out his boutonniere.
Okay, yeah,
because
that's
we
right.
brought him straight out.
Mhm.
But the boutonniere was ginormous,
Mhm.
and I never know with military outfits.
Mhm.
I always want to be respectful of like when it can and can't be. And I believe most of the time they can if it's a celebration, as long as it's not something, obscene or anything.
Right.
But
But I never know where.
I always
it's supposed to go.
ask and that and so that you'll see the coordinator put it on.
Mhm.
But I got him out there.
Yes.
And then same thing, we have to go through the crowd and he's getting stopped. And I'm like, that time I was actually saying the bride is outside waiting for him in the 90-degree heat.
Mhm.
Can we talk to him in like 10 minutes when he comes
When
back
everyone's
inside?
inside.
Correct.
Yes.
And of course I'm saying it nicely and goofily.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not being a dick about it.
And the thing is, we're only trying to do what the couple wants.
Yes.
And so if the couple wants photos, this is the only time allotted for photos. We need to bring them out for photos. And then, we actually didn't stay till the end of the reception. So they still had an hour and a half after we left with no one else asking for their attention that they could spend time with everybody. So, we try to balance it out for everyone.
And then I wanted to point out this too, you see, is when I get him outside, is I had not really been shooting, especially family, obviously, some of the bride solo stuff. But the groom got out there, you see me immediately switch on because I know now we have a shortage of groom photos compared to bride photos because he wasn't there. So I instantly start shooting tights of him being cute with her just to kind of pad those groom numbers
Right.
for you. We're still going to do some photos of him. I know it, but I'm just already thinking like, hey, if I can get just a couple of more clicks to help you out.
Well, and we were shooting from similar views, but on completely different lenses.
Different
So
lenses.
I was on my wider lens, you were on a telephoto, so you were able to get close-ups that I wasn't getting, which still like fills. They're getting an album, so that's still those shots can still be together in an album and like complement one another really nicely. So.
It's more water.
Yeah.
It's still hot.
Jacob's still going inside, getting more water.
And the
Still
thing,
giving her
I actually
break
got
of flowers.
ice.
Mm-hmm.
Her ice had melted, so the water was just warm. And I was like, dude, that's not what you want right
Mm-hmm.
now. So I went and got more ice from the bartender, filled it with water. And I literally, when I was like, this is for the bride. I just need ice. Like I cut the entire line and said, this is for the bride. And they split like Moses, the Red Sea, and came right back.
Yeah, because there was a 45-minute cocktail hour before the door, like before the reception started, before intros. So guests were now like fully present and being served and, food going around and everything. So,
This next clip we're about to show us makes me laugh every time.
so I'm taking photos of the couple with guests
Yep.
outside with different family groups. And then someone just walked up and handed the bride a gift bag.
Yeah, with flowers.
With with the flowers. and we're all like,
So I walk in and I just go,
go.
I'll take that and I'll go put it on there. Again, it was a super cute gift. Like there was nothing wrong about it, but it was just like, what is she going to do with this at this moment? So I just stepped in as the second, realized what happened and said, I'll take this. And I walked it into the room where there was a giant gift table full of everything. And I put it with everything else.
Well, yeah, because you don't want to take someone's gift and then just like toss it on the ground.
Yeah.
Or even, set it on the ground and then continue on with our business. So yeah.
Because even you could tell the bride was like, oh, thank you. But I don't know what to do with this right now because we're in the middle of family photos.
Yeah. So I thought, I didn't realize until later that was a guest. I thought it was like legit a delivery person.
Like,
Because that's the only thing that made sense.
got your flowers here.
Okay. So, again, still being interrupted with golf carts.
More golf carts.
Because it's a fully functioning golf course as we're doing the wedding. So we finally have the groom, which means I can finally do groomsmen photos.
Yes.
But like you said, those boutonnieres were gigantic
And heavy.
and no one was wearing a suit with a lapel, which is really the best way to secure a boutonniere.
So there was nothing for it to grip onto.
No.
It was just loose fabric.
And
so
the
it was,
pins were just like straight through the back of their tops.
Yeah.
into
So
their
it wasn't
skin.
going anywhere. It was just,
Yeah, so Jacob had to try to fix it just for me to get the photo. And so then we start moving into the bigger family groups. We've found all of the family now. We're setting everybody up. And so for me, that's a lot of people to arrange. I don't know who belongs to who. Normally when I do family photos like that, I try not to separate immediate families. Like I don't want spouses on opposite sides of the photo or whatever. So I'm trying to figure out who belongs to who.
And we're not even sure how big the group is still.
No.
There are more coming in,
No,
so we're like...
We just know it's aunts, uncles, cousins, but we don't know who or how many. And so, you kind of took some time to focus on mom.
I focus on grandmas a lot, too. I always feel like it's a special day for grandma. I mean, so like I made sure that she knows where to stand, where to hold, how to be. So that really gives them some idea that like we got grandma, we got mom taking care of everyone else, get together. But mom, dad, grandma, they're going to be center. So they're going to make sure it's perfect.
Yeah.
And then it distracts them. Usually it's right next to the bride, too. So she's like, oh, okay, he's got this. Not realizing that we're trying to gather. You in the background are like, oh, can you move? Can you move? Oh, God.
Right. It kind of, but that's what's so great about having a good relationship with your lead and second shooter, because that just takes pressure off of me while I'm doing a really not fun job of coordinating.
And this probably isn't fair because, one, we've worked together for almost 15 years. We shoot the same. We are the same person.
Yeah.
And we both have the same kind of ideas of what wedding photography, like how to act in that. So like we don't, none of this is discussed. Philosophy. We don't look at each other. Dawn didn't ask me to talk to the bride. Dawn didn't ask me to get the bride water. She didn't ask me to hold the flowers. It just happened. But if I was lead, I know for a fact you'd be doing the same thing without asking. Just like you did the dress a couple of times when I was doing something else. It didn't matter as long as it just got done.
Right. Exactly. So we finally finished with the family groupings that we were going to do before the party started.
Newlywed time.
And we finally had some newlywed time. And so we moved locations. We both set up lights.
It was getting a little dark.
Yeah. But, and we had them backlit.
So we had a really powerful sun behind them.
But one thing that I always try to do when I'm shooting with someone else is to have our lights be next to each other. So they're not, we're getting a little bit more consistent looks, but then also like our lights are not ever in each other's way.
Right.
Like it's not limiting what the other person can do.
I know it sounds dumb, but it happens a lot.
It really does.
And then you can see too, is I do a lot of walking around because Dawn has the shot. She's lead. She has the dead on shot with the probably perfect sun flare. So I look like a cat just going back and forth looking for different angles. What can I do? What can I look for? I'm on a 7200. She's on a 24 to 70 ish. So like what my shots are going to look different. So I'm looking for tight, cute moments that I'm basically stealing off Dawn, instructing them. I'm not telling them.
Or even just what happens between me instructing them. Yeah. And it's just the balance of when we both need to shoot to get as many different looking photos as we can. But then sometimes I need my second shooter to be an assistant and not a second shooter. And so, when I wanted the couple to do walking shots, I still wanted them lit. And I had to, asked you to carry the lights while they walked.
And throughout the day, again, I don't want to harp on this, but Dawn never asked me to like, hey, can you get this shot? It's just instant. Yeah. Like I know during the family stuff, I didn't need to shoot. But when the groom came out, I did need to shoot. And then I put it down. And then newlyweds, okay, I'm shooting. And then, hey, we're going to do a walking one. Already there. I'm ready.
I do remember there was one point where during the day where I asked you if you'd gotten a close-up of her bouquet. And you were like, yeah. And I was like, why did I even ask? Yeah. Like, I know that as soon as I had her by herself with her flowers, that's what you were doing. So we finished with everything outside.
We're going in the reception.
We're going inside. We had to do a little strategizing because the room was so tight. There really wasn't accessible space for our lights in very many places. Yep. So we kind of had to strategize where we were going to put them. We even talked for a while about how we should get those brackets that hold two lights.
because there was no room.
Yeah. And
none.
We set lights in one corner that were really hard to get to the rest of the wedding, to be very honest. And then lights up by the DJ.
And then look at Meg catching us for the first time having a relaxing moment.
Yes.
Because that's the first time. Like we haven't really, it sounds weird, but we haven't talked in 4 hours. We've made eye contact. We have psycho. I don't know the
There
word.
was a lot of
telepathy.
Where's the family?
I'm on it. I'll go find mom. But we actually haven't had a sit and just not a sit, but a stand and talk. So we're like, you see us, we're giggling a little bit, discussing what happened,
Right.
and what's gonna happen more, and just making a little giggle. Giggle.
So we
Giggle.
we were, we split into different spots for intros, so that we can catch different
And
progression of it.
It's also a backup just in case,
Exactly.
God forbid, your camera loses focus for whatever reason.
Right. But I was trying to get a test shot of how my light was looking, and you saw that came up, stood in for me as a test subject, and then we kind of conferred, like, okay, how are you looking? How are you looking? And I thought, I thought there was a good chance our settings would be identical.
And it should have been.
It should have been. We were very close, though. I went back and looked.
Technically, the setting is identical.
Yes, the exposure.
The exposure is identical. It's just one click opposite of each other on shutter and ISO.
Yes. So I was at ISO 1600, 1/200th of a second, f4.5.
Yeah.
And you were at
4.5, 160, 1250.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And usually I would have been. I think I just hit my shutter on there, and then I was like, it looks good. No, I'm not going to change it.
but yeah, so then we had intros. We all of the wedding party parents, bride and groom come on in, party starts. They had like a special welcome toast that wasn't on my timeline.
Yep.
So I was getting pictures of that.
And he was not near the head table.
Right.
He was in the crowd, like.
He wasn't at the head
there.
table. He wasn't at the DJ. He's
in
all
the
the way at the back of
bathroom.
the room. So I was focusing on that.
And so I photographed the couple's reaction.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to harp on this, but it was never said. It was never needed to. I see Don that. There's no need for me to get that. She has it. We don't need two angles of the guy speaking, but I'm close to the bride's head table. Boink.
Right.
Get their reaction.
Right. Because again, when they come together into the album, it's nice to see that. Because there's no way, I prefer for toasts that the person giving the toast is close enough to the bride and groom that I could get them in a single photo, but
It's never.
that was impossible. With they were literally, I don't even know if the bride and groom could see him.
Probably not.
Okay, so we move into the first dance for the couple, and I was on a long lens shooting kind of straight on with the head table in the background, and you.
I was at like a 45 degree-ish on a 24 to 70-ish.
And I'm so glad you were, because I never realized that the bride's dad was singing for the first dance until the end of the song. But you saw it right away.
I saw right away because I was right next to him, being at that angle. But it wasn't told or apparent that he was going to sing. So he just kind of like, at first I thought he was going to get up there to do a toast. And he just kind of stood up there. And so I was like, okay, maybe he's just going to do the toast next. And he just wants a good view of it. And then the music started. And so I focus on the couple. And then all of a sudden he starts singing the song. Like he sang it. And he sang it very well.
Very well.
Like
it didn't trigger me at all. And I was looking on my long lens. I was pretty tight on the couple. And I didn't really, at that time, didn't look around.
And I say luckily I was there, but let's be honest, like it wasn't luck. Everything, we know what we're doing. So it was just like, I kind of was like, oh, Dad.
Yeah.
And so I took a photo of Dad.
Yeah.
And then that meant you didn't have to break your concentration on the couple. Bing, bang,
Yeah,
boom.
because sometimes first dances can be so fast.
You don't know how long he's going to sing. You don't know. Now, and very rarely do people sing the first dance. So now we're playing with money that we've never had before. So we're both like, what are we doing here?
We had some other like parent dances to do.
Yep.
And again, it's just a little game of like circling around each other so that we're not in each other's shots, but we're always getting something different. I was still on a tight lens, so I had asked, like, as I was approaching where you were already standing, because I needed a tight angle where I could see the bride's face, and she was kind of turned away from me. And there weren't very many options for where to go in this room.
It was very full.
It was very crowded.
It was sold out. The whole event was sold out.
Yeah. So, I moved towards you, and you stand up and move back to where I had been so that I could get
And I don't
the
want
shots
to
that I
broken
wanted.
record, but again, never said anything. Not spoken. Maybe just an eye contact. So then after that, though, you started looking around, though. I noticed, too, as you can see here, for reactions of people while I stayed on. Because again, you had the long lens, so you can start trying to snipe some reactions, see if there's a tear, see if grandma's, just all those little things.
Like clapping along because they were doing like a little bit of a fast dance, like a little more silly. Unfortunately, I did my scan and it didn't find anything worth taking because it was mostly just people with their phones up taking video, which like
it's 2025.
It's fine. Like it's fine that they were taking video, but I just didn't see anything I wanted to take in that moment because that's mostly what the view was.
After that, well, then we started going into dinner. So there had been more details in the cocktail hour that I couldn't even touch because that room was jam-packed. Plus, we were doing family photos. So I went outside, or not outside, but out to the cocktail area to immediately knock out all those last-minute details that I still hadn't hit yet. And then we went kind of into, we had another break where and you can probably know better, but the couple wanted photos of like everyone.
Well, so... Or
as much as we could.
The bride's main request was that she wanted photos with her groups of friends.
That's right.
And we had so many groups to do of family beforehand that we kind of had to push the friends off. And so as soon as the couple was done eating, I took them out into the foyer and grabbed all of their friends.
She also changed.
Oh, yes. But like I wanted to make sure she felt like I was acknowledging like, yes, we're going to do those friends photos. They're going to get like dedicated time to do those friends groups. And I pulled them out in the foyer to do it to hopefully prevent
a Minnie Mouse situation.
Because I didn't want them getting trapped in that line of people wanting pictures with them.
And it never fails.
Yeah, it didn't work. I mean, it's not a big place and there were 180 people. So it was going to be hard to keep them hidden anywhere. But I was trying to keep her from.
And while you were doing that, I just went around getting not necessarily table shots, more just like couples. Anyone that wants a photo, just kind of, because we weren't there for the whole night. So we're just trying to get as much content for them as possible in the time we have.
Right. And they didn't really have much dancing. No. There were a few times where people got up and did like slow dances or like couples dancing.
It was also a karaoke, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, because that was like the main entertainment was everyone getting up and singing karaoke. So we weren't, in that case, we get one shot of the person singing karaoke and then like nothing else looks different. So we weren't getting a lot of kind of candids of people enjoying the day. Okay, so then we brought the couple, they did a second intro.
That's
because she changed outfits.
I see it now.
And then there was another toast. I think her brother kind of talked, her brother and dad gave a toast. And so, we didn't know it was going to happen, but everyone at the head table, all the wedding party, they brought their glasses in.
We're on opposite sides of the table, so we're not shooting the same thing.
Right.
But go ahead.
Yeah, so, we didn't know it was going to happen. They all started to toast their glasses, and we're both, like, right on top of them trying to get that shot. Because, when really exciting or cool moments happen that aren't planned, like, yes, we're not ever trying to duplicate each other's work, but, like, we're going to both take it just in case.
Just in case.
So...
and we look like velociraptors. How quickly we're kind of calm doing it, and then all of a sudden both of us like boom, like right there.
Yeah. But yeah, so then we had cake cutting. That was our last big formality.
You can see that a lot of times couples don't obviously have experience cutting a wedding cake and how to do it for photos. So a lot of times, and I'll always politely ask, "Do you need help? Do you want me to show you?" If they say yes, that's why you see I got up close and be like, "Do this, use this, and then cut here." To make it go successful. But then I still step out, so you have the direct shot. I usually, if I'm a second, I'm trying to get a tight shot of maybe the hands with the thing, ring on top, tight shots of them kissing with the cake or whatever.
Right.
You're getting the full thing.
Right. I have to get the whole cake.
There's no need for me to do the exact same thing, even from a different angle. Get me details.
Right. Well, and with tall cakes too, like a different angle might not even work because
that's true.
Might not be a good view. So I was still hanging with the couple. I always tell them during the reception, like, I'm going to hover uncomfortably close nearby in case you need me.
That's what Don does best.
But in the meantime, that meant you had a chance to.
We had to do ring shots. We hadn't done them yet. So I took the rings out to the foyer, the room there, and I brought all my gadgets, and I was trying to make it something with I used her bouquet as a background. I used the little vases with flowers, took the vases out to do some cool lighting stuff, and then just did their And the first one I didn't like, and I just kept building and building until I got somewhere that I liked.
Mm-hmm.
But, and then, you know, for me, I get to not be in that loud room and just have a little moment of,
Right. Well, and, you know, do something creative.
It's true.
You get to be like the lead on something during the day. Like I know sometimes the lead is like, well, no, I have to do the rings. I have to do the cake. I'm lead. I have to do that. But
sometimes you have to be the face with the bride and groom.
Mm-hmm.
Like you are the lead, so they want to see your face because they're the ones that hired.
Right.
So
my philosophy is always like, I'm the one with the couple, with the family, and then my second shooter can do all of those other things because, I don't know, I just feel like they have the relationship with me. They hired my company. Like I don't want to disappear.
You do get to say that though because of trust and
True.
To be fair.
True, but I also don't hire second shooters that I don't trust.
That's true. So you only hire me.
When Jacob's not available, things get dicey.
We just don't do it.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I love all of my second shooters. I promise. But yeah, so they had a really cool backdrop.
Ivy wall.
Like a ivy wall with a neon sign with their names in front of a cute little couch. So, or behind a cute little couch. So I took them over there to get like one last set of newlywed
bonus
pictures
newlywed photos.
Except it turned into a line again.
You always get Mickey Mouse at that point.
Yeah.
You can't stop it.
I felt so bad. I mean, they didn't mind taking pictures, but then we were probably over there like 20 minutes at least. And then we were at the end of our time, and that was really the only reason it stopped.
And at that point, you don't see it on these videos, but like I started breaking down because we're done in the reception.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, I'll start getting the lights and bringing them in.
Mm-hmm.
You're focused on that. And then I helped out with the line a little bit and saying like, all right, quickly, and then we're done. Go, leave, get out of here.
Disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, that was
a day in a wedding of Don and Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
How'd we do?
Would you have done anything differently?
With those situation, with those hours and that heat.
Mm-hmm.
But it still was I had a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Loved the family, loved the couple. Like I have nothing bad to say about it at all.
Everyone was so sweet. I mean, I had the added bonus of going to the tea ceremony at her house. So I met like the core family before we started, which was great because then I at least had some idea of who we needed for important things.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we have no idea, which makes it virtually impossible.
And you are mom?
Right.
Oh, I'm her sister. Oh. Sorry.
I did have a wedding once where there was like another woman in the getting ready room and she looked way too young to be a mom.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just assumed it was her sister and I'm just going along with that assumption all day. And then I was wrong and it was mom. And I was like,
whoops.
Whoopsies.
The whole time?
The whole time. So yeah.
Yeah. And all the things we complain about is not any of the couples prom. These are all photography proms.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we signed up for.
Mm-hmm.
So we know.
Yeah, it's just the challenges we have to tackle on a wedding day.
Yeah.
That, we just wanted to share the full story with you guys of like what actually goes into it, what we need to overcome. And hopefully no one else noticed.
Exactly. No one knows except for you tripping on the curb. Everybody saw that
one.
Yeah.
Everyone else also saw me sweating like a pig. But yeah, hopefully no one else felt that stress, saw what we were trying to do to keep things rolling.
Yeah.
Like they're not meant to see it or experience it. Like it's just what we do, and we just wanted to share that with everyone.
And I don't even mind it, honestly. It's part of the fun of wedding photography. It's kind of part of the fun of like just being in the trenches, trying to solve these problems.
Well, and I think that's what keeps it from feeling boring.
Yeah.
Shooting weddings, like, last episode we talked about like weird, wild things that happen. And I commented on how like so many of them are so similar day to day. But I mean, really, they're not. There's always different timeline changes, different people missing, different things, like whether, there's always something to tackle on the day to like get to the finish line.
Absolutely.
So.
But we got there. Great wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Photos look great.
Mm-hmm. Hooray!
We did it.
Yeah, the couple just got their photos. So excited to work with them on getting their album together.
their refund. That's Jacob. Sorry.
I had to delete 100 pictures that Jacob took. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah.
What did we shoot this week? What did we shoot this week, Dawn?
Well, we photographed his wedding.
We photographed his wedding. Together.
But like I mentioned, I also had their tea ceremony. So I basically just split their package. They did a 6-hour package, and I split an hour off for the tea ceremony. But I kind of, as a condition of it being split, they didn't get a second shooter for the tea ceremony, which really would have been completely unnecessary because the space we did the tea ceremony in is like the size of this studio. We would not have fit a second person.
That's a big studio. We have a giant studio. Yeah. Very professional. There's 6 lights.
Their package also included an engagement session. However, we only just booked this wedding this summer.
Yeah.
And the couple lives out of state. So they weren't here until the week of the wedding. And I was like, hey, it's available to you.
They did grow up here. So she
yes.
did. That's
no,
why
they both did.
They both did. That's
they
why.
Both did.
That's why it was like randomly in Dubstrait. It wasn't randomly. It was they grew up here.
Yeah.
But since he's in the military,
right, he's stationed.
Yeah.
Out of state. So they were only here the week of the wedding. He had to go back the next day or the day after, and she was staying a few more days. So I said, hey, it's available if you want to. So we met the day before the wedding and did engagement photos. We went to Park Ave. We were supposed to do it Thursday night.
That was a stormy night, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah. And it was like going to be storming. And I didn't know. Mom just said she wanted her in her white dress for these pictures. And so I didn't know what that meant. And I was like, I'm not taking her. Even if it stops raining in time, I don't want to take her white dress on Park Ave after a storm.
Right.
2 days before the wedding. So we pushed it to the next morning. And I'm so glad we did. They met me at 7:00.
Oh.
The light
beautiful.
So good. Park Ave was so empty. It was marvelous. And she didn't come in the white dress. She came in the red one.
Oh, cool.
And so, and he was in his like tunic that he switched into when she changed into the red dress. And so like they stand out so great everywhere against the grass, against the brick, like the white stone walls on Park Ave. Like, ugh, so good. So we did that. And then I also had a naturalization ceremony. And it was the largest one I've ever had. We had 53 petitioners becoming citizens. It was a big crowd.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people. So that was my week.
That was it. What else did I do? I did a opening team photo for Test Track, the ride, since they reopened. Mm-hmm. Big photo with Mickey and the whole cast. Man. And then we broke it down into like, I've never done this before, but like just WDI Imagineering, just attractions, just merchandise, just maintenance, or at least the people that showed up for the photo. Because if like they're on the day off, they're like, I'm not getting paid, I'm not showing up. So I did that. And I had, I also did marketing for a wedding that was so big, planning wise, at a huge room. It was very well themed that the other photographers that I know, it's not like it was, they didn't know, but like they would have never made it because of so many events. So this reception was at the yacht club and it was themed to a speakeasy. So they walked in and there was like a very kind of smallish, long room with a full band, like a full 8-piece band with a jazz singer. And like it was supposed to be like a speakeasy, right? There's bars, stuff like that. And then a hidden door opened up into their giant reception room, which had the dance floor, the DJ, and it looked like a 1920s like Fatbird wedding. And then there was like 4 hidden speakeasies in the room, one of them being Haunted Mansion theme, one of them being they just had ride vehicles. They had a monorail cab in there. A monorail cab.
Oh my gosh.
A Mr. Toad ride vehicle.
How'd they even get that in there?
I think it's one they've had. Like it's like the last monorail, not a current monorail.
Yeah.
That's
big.
They had a black and white room, and it had everything was black and white in there, and they had Oswald the rabbit. And apparently you know how hard it is to get him to photograph in there because he mainly hangs out at West Coasts. So it was a big deal. So again, I got to photograph all that. And talking about getting ready for a room shot, when there's 45 managers and it's still a reception room, so there's still custodial catering cast setting up food, and you're just like, can I get a room shot, please?
I know, because they wait till the last minute to put the water glasses out.
Yeah. So, but it was a very cool event. But I just did marketing, and so then I left. I was like, bye. And I shoot.
Still so cool, though.
Yeah. And then, obviously, our wedding.
Awesome.
It was a good week. It's kind of busy for once.
I know. Feels good.
Did you people like this? Because if you like it, we'll do more.
Yeah.
I liked it. Just send us wedding videos, and we'll critique them. This is what the channel's going to be.
I know. I'm so tempted sometimes to do, like, a commentary on, like, crazy wedding photography stories. Like, you know, when you see the photographer sets them up on a dock to take a wedding party picture, and then the dock breaks and they fall in the water. Like, I don't even know. Like, I try so hard to avoid any scenario that could possibly hurt them.
I think I would run like Forrest Gump. I would not stop running. You would find me like full beard and a hat, and I'm just running into Arizona. Is that Jacob? I just won't stop.
Jacob's never run in his life.
Yeah, but I would then.
I can't even imagine. Like, I don't even if I'm doing groomsmen pictures and they're like, oh, let's pick him up. And I'm like, nope, we do not lift him off the ground before the ceremony. If you want to do it after the ceremony, we can.
Go nuts.
But yeah, I just could not imagine some of the things.
Especially if you're the one that put him on. I mean, it'd be one thing if she was like, I want to go out there. And I'd be like, oh, you sure? That dock looks a little rickety.
Yeah. Right? If it was your idea.
It was like, let's go on that dock. Or they get eaten by a shark like in Jaws. Oh, my God.
Okay. I do have this is completely unplanned. Jacob doesn't know what I'm bringing up. I do have like a crazy wedding vendor story that's like going around on TikTok.
Okay.
So it was a couple booked this venue, then booked a baker to do their cake and desserts. So the venue sent the baker a vendor agreement to sign, and then like the requirements for their liability insurance, which is normal. Like, we have to sign vendor agreements at certain places. Most places we have to submit a certificate of insurance that says like what dollar amount of insurance we have and yada yada. Normal. Except this vendor agreement said that the baker had to assume 100% liability for anything that happened involving her cake or desserts. Even though she was just dropping off the cake and desserts, the baker never stays. They're gone before the ceremony even starts, usually.
Yeah.
And so like if the catering staff cut their finger on a knife cutting the cake, it would be 100% her liability. If let's say that when the catering staff cut it, they left one of the dowels, like the support dowels in, and someone ate a piece of a dowel and choked and had to go to the hospital, 100% baker. And she was like, no, I am not signing this. I won't even physically be there to control it. Like, I'm not signing this. And so she tried to talk to the venue, and they're like, well, then we can't have your cakes on the premises, or we can't have you drop off the cakes on the premises. So she went to the couple, and then they sorted out, and the couple was like, I'm so sorry. The bride worked in the legal field, and she was like, no, absolutely not. You should not sign that agreement.
Yeah.
Like, it's totally fine. Drop off everything to us. We'll bring it with us. So that was the workaround. The baker went back to the venue and said, hey, I won't be dropping them off any longer. The couple will be bringing them themselves. I won't be signing any agreement. And then the venue manager was like, well, no, we don't feel comfortable having your desserts on our premises at all. So now it's like a couple weeks before the wedding, and the venue is telling the couple that they can't have those desserts. And the couple is like, what are we supposed to do? We're not going to find someone else. We've already paid this baker. And the baker was like, listen, I'm going to do a full refund. I feel terrible. I don't know what else to do. But unless you want to lie on your wedding day that these are someone else's desserts, like, I can't help. So then the couple was so upset with the venue, they told the venue they wanted to cancel the whole wedding. And that changed things. Suddenly.
Okay. Venues, I'm not saying, but some venues have gotten a little out of control of like trying to, I get it. They have a lot of liability bringing all those people in and all that stuff, but like,
Well, turns out this venue
uh-huh.
didn't have any insurance themselves.
There it is.
So every single other vendor had the photographer, 100% liability for anything that happened when their equipment was in the room. Like, to an extreme amount. To the point where the baker was like, I feel bad that these other vendors might have just blindly signed this. And so she, like, because the vendor agreement had everyone's sections in it.
Okay.
And so she, like, contacted those vendors individually to be like, hey, just so you know, this is in the contract that you might have already signed. Like, these are not reasonable. You know, I just want you to be protected and understand what you're getting into. Anyways, the venue decides to fire that vendor manager, and the baker, they wanted the baker to provide the desserts so that the couple would keep their wedding there. And she basically told them, like, I want you to change the agreement. Here's what the agreements should say. I want to see proof of your insurance. And when she got the copy of the policy from them, it was dated the day before. So they literally did not have any insurance at that venue, and they just pushed it off onto everyone else. That's so
scumbags.
insane.
Yeah.
Also, side note, I heard
Should
other
this be
people.
a podcast?
I know, I should. Maybe it should be. But I heard other venues are in the vendor agreements asking photographers to sign
100% usage, like they get the rights to the photos. That's not even how copyright law works to begin with. But then to sign it off, absolutely not.
My contract explicitly states it's not to be used for commercial use. So I don't know what's going to happen if that happens to me, because no, you don't get those pictures for free. I will, as a courtesy, send you a few, but they're not even mine to send. Like,
couples.
Yeah.
They're technically
crazy.
yours, but
Well, yeah, they're mine, and the couple has rights to them. But I still don't send things to the vendor or to the venue without checking with the couple or family.
absolutely.
Like, especially for my bar and bat mitzvahs, I won't send, like, pictures with other kids in them.
Absolutely.
Like, DJs will
The
want
stuff I send
pictures
them
of the
are
dance
just
floor.
it's the room
The
shot
details, yeah.
with nothing in it.
And
the
then,
detail.
like, maybe one shot of the family in the room.
If the couple's in it, though, I'm asking the couple at all. If anyone's in it, I'll be like, hey, can I send this? They want a photo of you two. Like, they really liked you. If they say no, I'm sorry, they don't want it.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely not.
So maybe that'll need to be maybe that's a good topic. So next week.
No, not next week. We already have next week's planned.
Okay, what's next week?
I don't know. Well, we're about to come on our year anniversary.
We are.
So
2
stay
more
tuned for that.
episodes. But next week, I think we'll be talking about,
Video.
yeah, transitioning into video and what
Adding
it's like.
video.
Yes. What it's like, coming from a photographer's perspective first, what it's like learning video and adding that to your repertoire.
All right, I gotta go.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.